Hi, Derek Fraser here from Coldstream Rod Shop. Welcome back to another episode of Coldstream Rod Shop. I'm going to talk today about the dash we're putting in a 32 Ford pickup. It was actually a 1933 Ford dash. The difference being is that on a 32 Ford dash, there's a round section here that is open. We're going to insert some pictures here on this video, much like we did the last one, because when I did the repairs to this, I did it before we were doing a YouTube channel. But I'm still going to go through some of the repairs that I made to it, and I'll show you how I did it. Just some simple repairs. There was a repair on the side here, there was a repair here, and then I also welded in the center section. Basically, I'd cut on a 33 and 34. This center section here is solid with a couple dash holes. You'll see it in the pictures. So I wanted to fill it in, and I needed to put a support here. So I'll start with the repair on this side here. You can see how it's like a trapezoid or something or other, and it was missing one of the bolt holes. One of the challenges is, how do you replicate that little divot there? And how do you make it look the same as the original? This dash right now is at the stage where I'm going to put high build primer on it. So kind of I'll backtrack through the video for the repairs. So over here on the bench, I had actually saved the bits and pieces. So what I wanted to do is basically replicate like a dimple like this in a piece of metal, and then ultimately drill the hole through it to replicate the dimpled part on the dash. So in order to do that, I grabbed a piece of round bar stock and I rounded the end. I drilled a hole in a piece of 2x4 and then basically pounded a dent into it. When you do that, you actually compress most of the metal. So then on the back side, in order to clean it up, I got a piece of round pipe, and then on the back of it, I just whacked it so that you've got a nice crisp edge onto it, so you got something that looks like the original holes. Once I did that, I drilled a hole in the center of it, cut the piece out to fit the hole in the dash. Now, there was another repair on the bottom here. It was a little more complicated. So there's a section that I had to cut out here that had this bead onto it. So how do you replicate that? So here's kind of what my trial pieces and what I wound up with. So I'll take you over on the bead roller and I'll show you how I did it. So over here on the bead roller, I've just got the small bead set up. What I'm going to do is I'm going to roll a bead from the back. It's been a while since I did this, but I should be able to pull it off here. So I want that bead to stick through the other side. This is the old Franken roller, the Princess Auto. Bead roller that I reinforced up on previous episodes, or I talked about it on previous episodes, that is. So I want to make a nice crisp edge here, so just going to run her back and forth a couple times. Crank it up. Should be really close. So what I've done, you can see I probably need to do that a little bit more, put more pressure into it, get a little better bead, but you'll see what I'm trying to do here. So I've got the bead here along the bottom. Now what I need to do is just fold this piece out. So what I'll do is I'll take it over to the brake. And I'm just going to try and catch the edge of that bead and then flatten it down. And gently kind of bend it up. So, well, I didn't quite catch the edge there. I'll probably have to redo that one, but essentially you see the technique. Lay the bead from the back and then bend the bottom piece over, and then I've got a section here that I can now sorry about the obstacles here, small shop. So like I said, even though that was not a perfect attempt at that, basically you just try it until you get a perfect match between where the side of this bead is cut and you roll the edge over. As I said, run it through the bead roller enough times so that you've got this edge rounded up enough, and then either bend it over. If you don't have a break, you could take it basically over to the metal bench there and pound it over the edge. You can also take this and put it like on an anvil somewhere, take a piece of pipe and then smooth, beat the edge over, make it nice and smooth. But after you've done that, you've got basically a bead here that you can cut a piece and then fit it and make the repair. So those were the 3 repairs that I made to the 33 Ford Dash to fit in the 32. The centerpiece was really straightforward. Basically cut out the center section, get a flat piece of metal, cut it to shape, and then weld it in place. So that's it. That's the 33 Ford Dash that we modified to fit to put into the 32 Ford pickup. I've got the fiberglass body filler basically over the areas where I made the welds, and then I've used my favorite Sage or Evercoat Ultra body fill that I've put on top of it. Right now I'm ready to put some high build primer onto it, do a final sand, and then paint it. The cowl vent is basically at that stage also, and then the 2 inside metal pieces that go inside of the window, they were in really, really, really rough shape, really thin metal. I had such a hard time trying to fill the pinholes, but got all the pinholes filled from the back. I've welded them up, got to clean them up a little bit, and then I've just put the body fill on here that I'm going to sand smooth. Once I get everything all sanded and at the stage that these are at, I'll probably shoot the high build primer maybe later today or tomorrow, and then work towards putting coats of paint on this and putting them into the 32 Ford pickup. Any questions, shoot me an email. Like I said, some of the metal work I do, try and make it as simple as possible. If you don't do it right the first time, try it the second time. It's just a little piece of metal. Anyways, everybody take care. Hopefully you enjoyed. Any questions or feedback, comments, please send them our way, and please subscribe to the channel. Anyways, everybody have a great weekend. Happy Thanksgiving to American friends, and everybody take care.